Hello YouTube. I'm just trying to get you caught up on a few things here in the greenhouse. First, before I forget, are you cheap like me? I've been doing a lot of upsizing my potting, so I've got a lot of pots that I'm recycling, reusing. You know, just trying to make my friend Hooples happy. I'm saving the environment one pot at a time. Many of these I've used for several years, but what I'm doing, because a lot of these pots have these great big holes in the bottom of them, and I'm cheap and dirt's expensive. I can't just go out and dig up a chunk of dirt out in the farm here, because mine is very heavy clay for the most part, not really conducive to tender crops, which is why I do a lot of potting and raised beds for the garden. So what I end up doing is I'm putting a lot of straw, just a couple inches of straw to take up the space where those holes are, just to stop the dirt from washing its way through, especially here on the greenhouse floor. I mean, I do occasionally sweep up the floor, put all that dirt back into a spot, but, you know, save on some mess. But as you can see, I've had to do some moving around. I've got a lot more in pots here. And I also built these because I bought some more strawberries from Canadian Tire. They come in little packages. They say it's 8 plants all kind of packed in sawdust. We'll see how many of these survive. I've found from the few I bought already earlier in the year, which is like this one's from, I end up with about 5 plants out of 8, but they're still fairly cheap. They're a lot cheaper than buying the already started in the pots. And as you can see, they turn into nice little plants here. But I've been doing some of these tube towers. The lettuce is doing wonderfully. We need to start eating a lot more lettuce in the house. Butter crunch. Lovely. As you can see, the sinks, again, thank you, Glenn Arthur. I have people hunting sinks down for me as we speak. They work great. I can't really do carrots in there, but those are garlic. Those should do fine in there. And I did actually, I can't show it to you right now because it's raining like a bugger outside. You know, I'm going to start thinking about putting a boat together, the amount of rain we've been getting out here. But I got a metal bathtub from my local dump. Thankfully, the guy who runs the dump that I have access to is really good. Dumps aren't supposed to let you take anything out of them, but this guy figures if you can use it, why clutter things up? Again, Hooples, my environmental friend, you'd love him. But I have had some issues with the greenhouse with different plants, and especially with it being super cold in the mornings and then warming up in the day. I'm gone, so I haven't been here to open curtains and stuff. I have had to open the door. It's been so hot when I've gotten home, so I've had some wilting. Some of the yellowing is doing with overwatering, because I'm trying to have moisture in here to try to offset the spikes in heat. But like I say, this is the first year of the greenhouse, so we're trying out some things. The sweet corn pots don't seem to be popping up as much as I would hope they would. But you can't have everything, right? Anyways, any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. But everything seems to be going good, and right now, like I say, I'm going to be upsizing a lot of these. Like this is a zucchini plant. Or no, this is an acorn squash. This is a zucchini plants over here. I'm going to end up with a lot of zucchini. But Swiss chard over here, all sorts of stuff. But I did start some things way too late. Like I should have started my tomatoes a lot sooner. But I did start a lot of things too soon. So like I say, I'm going to try to write all this stuff down and remember it for next year. But every year is a little different too. Get yourselves a farmer's almanac. But we did have a lovely bunch of plants. And I've been using these tomato baskets. You don't have to just use them for tomatoes, guys. I got beans growing up on them. got cucumbers in some. We are gonna try to grow, those are that's watermelon right there. I believe that's crimson sweet. And we are gonna try to grow them completely in the pot, just keep wrapping the vines around the pot out in the field. Just because we can control the nutrients in there and we can control the weeds there. And again, I've got some really hard ground. Weeds like growing here. Lamb's quarters and velvet leaf also love growing here. And we're gonna try to stick with the torch for weed control. All right, guys, it's getting really loud in here with the rain hitting the plastic, so I really appreciate you guys watching. And hope to be able to watch some of you guys' channels. Maybe I'll have some time this weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.